And we're back. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, you have once again been marooned on Clash Island, the show where we talk about everything from anime, video games, TV, current events, 90s nostalgia, whatever you want to put in there. Also, we talk about relationships. And relationships are more relevant than normal today because it is February 14th, 2022, which we all know is Valentine's Day. The day where we get to pretend that our relationships are just about 17% more special when they should be celebrated as special all year long. But hey, if you want to make something special on a specific day, who am I to get in the way of that? Ladies and gentlemen, greetings, greetings, greetings. We have a lot to talk about. And we don't have a lot of time to talk about it because it is indeed Valentine's Day. So let me swap over so you can see our talking points for this. Is it the afternoon yet? No, still morning. Okay, so here we are. Oops, let me swap over because I'm on the wrong tab. Here we are on Monday morning. The Super Bowl was last night. And what a Super Bowl it was. It was such a great game, but I do want to point this out. I predicted this Super Bowl's fallout from start to finish. Now listen, I'm not some magician, I'm not some prophet, I'm not some fortune teller, and I'm definitely not psychic. But I saw this coming. People like to make their Super Bowl picks with their feelings. I go by the facts. I only argue the facts. Fact is, out of all the playoff teams that made the playoffs, the Cincinnati Bengals had the worst offensive line. I don't know how he did it, but somehow Joe Burrow was able to get to the Super Bowl after beating... No, I'll take that back. He was able to get to the AFC Championship game after beating the Tennessee Titans after getting sacked 9 times. That just doesn't happen. That does not happen. So you can tell he's going to be a great young quarterback. But that Super Bowl went exactly like I thought. Aaron Donald is a top 5 defensive player all time. He is the best defensive player in the NFL, has been for years now. And there was literally one blemish on his record. He wasn't a champion. 7 straight first team All Pros, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, and now he's a Super Bowl champion. I could not be happier for him. I could not be happier for Odell Beckham Jr. After all of the flack he caught. They put that bad teammate crap on his name. And now he has to feel elated. He has to feel vindicated. Justice has been served, basically. And he caught a touchdown in the Super Bowl. And I really feel like had he not gotten injured, he would have had a big game. I saw him getting, I don't know, maybe 6 catches for 125 yards and 2 touchdowns. He was going to have that kind of game because he had 2 catches for 53 yards and a touchdown. He was going to have a great game, but where he left off due to injury, Cooper Kupp came in and finished it. He had a 2-touchdown day. He almost had 100 yards. Or did he have a 3-touchdown day? He had a 2-touchdown day. This game was decided by 2 things. One, the fact that the offensive line did, honestly, earlier in the game, did much better than I anticipated. I thought it was going to be a clinic all day long with that defensive line that boasts Aaron Donald, Von Miller, Leonard Floyd. I just really felt like they were going to feast on Joe Burrow all game and that he was going to get sacked maybe 11 times, but he still got sacked 7 times, which anything over, 4 is a lot. So it came down to this. I predicted that it was going to be a close score, maybe 24-21, when it wound up being 23-20. Super, super close, right? And I said that that Joe Burrow and the Bengals were going to have the ball last, which they did, and that they were going to be moving the ball, which they were, but the monstrous, the unblockable, the perennial threat that Aaron Donald was going to make the game-winning sack or tackle or quarterback hurry or something like that. He was going to get to Joe Burrow to end this game, and that is precisely what happened. Los Angeles, I know there is beer cans and red cups all over the place. I just know it. Like, nobody has to tell me that. I know it. They tore LA up last night because, first of all, That halftime performance was lit, but of course it was. I mean, you got five, surprisingly six goated musical legends on stage all at the same time. You got Dr. Dre, legend. Nothing needs to be said about him. You got Snoop. You got Mary J. Blige. You got Kendrick Lamar. And then you got the number one goated rapper of all time, alive or dead, Eminem, all on the same stage. Surprisingly brought out 50 Cent, which I felt like may have happened because Dr. Dre brought out Eminem. Eminem brought out 50 Cent. And my SpongeBob blanket in the background. Anyway, it was a great game. I was so happy. I honestly would have been happy with the fallout for either side. If Cincinnati would have won, great. It was a great Super Bowl. They're a great young team. They need to improve the offensive line, but they absolutely deserve to be there. It was great to have some new blood in there. This was a completely unpredicted Super Bowl matchup. A lot of people did predict that the Rams would go straight to the Super Bowl, seeing how they picked up Matthew Stafford. That was the vital piece that they missed. But once they got him, that's exactly where they went. And they were calling it at the beginning of the season. It was either Super Bowl or bust, especially after they brought in Odell Beckham and Von Miller. It's Super Bowl or bust. And I don't mean appearance. Super Bowl win or bust. And they were able to pull it off. Like I said, it was a great game. The Rams could not run the ball at all. Cincinnati's defensive line looked a lot better than I thought it was going to look. They gave Matthew Stafford all he could handle earlier in the game, but ultimately it came down to the Rams pass rush. So congratulations to the Los Angeles Rams. Congratulations to Aaron Donald. He's probably going to go ahead and retire after 8 seasons. What he has done in 8 short years is nothing short of astonishing. And he is a maverick. He is a beast. Nothing more needs to be said. There's nothing more he needs to prove. So if he goes ahead and retires, it couldn't be more poetic. But yeah, excellent job, NFL. The Super Bowl was huge, but now they have got to do something about the racial bias that is going on with the coaching status of the NFL right now. There are only 2 black head coaches. That is a problem that has been lingering for decades that still has not been fixed. But we are going to shift over to more football news. Unfortunately, this is a little bit on the negative side. Adrian Peterson has been arrested for a domestic dispute that he had with his wife on an airplane, domestic violence situation after a conflict with his wife on the plane. So in this report, it says that hours before the Super Bowl 56 was scheduled to kick off, free agent running back Adrian Peterson was arrested at Los Angeles International Airport and booked for felony domestic violence, according to TMZ. Oh, you know they get everything first. Per the report, airport police were called around 8:30 a.m. over a disturbance on a plane leaving LAX for a flight to Houston. The plane reportedly had to turn around and link back up with the gate after what TMZ described as an apparent verbal and physical altercation between a man and a woman. A preliminary investigation reportedly led to Peterson being taken into custody after the alleged victim was found to have a small mark from the incident. The flight eventually departed as planned, with the alleged victim remaining on board. So this is a very unfortunate situation to hear about, especially given the circumstances of his past. There is nothing about this that looks good for Adrian Peterson, seeing as how he had already been suspended years before for a domestic assault type situation that he had with his son, where he spanked his son with a switch and it put marks on him. And now you have this where it is now your wife and you're putting marks on her. This is not enough information for me to say that Adrian Peterson is an abuser, is a woman beater, or a child beater, or a child abuser, or anything. It's not enough information for me to go out and make that type of determination. But at this point in time, this is now 2 situations involving your family where you yourself have been seen as the offender and you have harmed somebody close to you physically and verbally. So much so that this time you have now been arrested. He was already an older player. What is he? 37, I want to say. He was already an older player. He's been a free agent for months now. He was released by the Seahawks or the Titans. I'm not sure which team he was on. I want to say it was the Seahawks, and he was released. And he had not played since then. This is extremely unfortunate for all sides. I hope his wife is not injured. I hope his wife isn't being too heavily impacted by this situation, because you hate to see a man with his career, 2012 NFL MVP. He led the league in rushing multiple times. He is a legit, no question, first ballot Hall of Famer, and this is a absolute blemish on the legend that is Adrian Peterson. I am somebody who is extremely fair. I do my due diligence, as you can see right here from the graphic that is on my screen in the upper right hand corner. I do my research, and I make sure I try to read and give everybody involved in situations like this a fair shot before I make any types of determination. But I am also somebody who focuses on patterns. You have to have evidence before you make those kind of labels, and unfortunately this story does lead you in a situation where the evidence does not look good in your favor. I don't know the particulars yet on why they got in the argument, or why it turned physical, but apparently it did. And if indeed he did strike his wife in the face and put a mark on her, which from what I just read, as it looks like that was absolutely the case, then more than likely he will be jailed for this. And based on his prior history and how public of a story it was when he did spank his son, it just it doesn't look good, and it's incredibly unfortunate. And now this is the second running back in the last couple of weeks who is in trouble for assaulting someone. And as I talked about it before, I think I alluded to it on the last episode, the Alvin Kamara situation where he was in the elevator in a Vegas hotel or casino, and he got an altercation with, I believe he was a fan, some man. From the reports, the man was being disrespectful to Alvin Kamara's wife, and he lashed out. And unfortunately, it wasn't just, from what I saw, from what I remember hearing, it wasn't just Alvin Kamara who assaulted this man, but he was beaten very badly. He had a shattered orbital. He had broken ribs. It was lacerations all over him, and then the picture itself was grotesque. So, this is unfortunately a reoccurring thing with football players, and for some reason, specifically running backs, keep getting into these assault-based offenses, and it is ruining the person who is the victim. It's ruining their lives because they don't feel empowered or protected enough to even accuse these men of assault, because these men are rich. Their legal team behind them will be formidable. So, and then even if it weren't, the way the fans around the world depict people who report these types of situations, they, oh, you're just trying to extort money out of them. You're just trying to get them in trouble. Oh, maybe you're just jealous because they're rich and you're not. Things like this happen. So a lot of people don't feel empowered. They don't feel safe enough to present these stories. But after seeing that picture of that man, and I get it. I'm huge with respect. You don't disrespect my woman in front of me, I'm probably gonna put my hands on you. And it's twice as difficult when you're a public figure or when you're someone who's famous. You're expected to be squeaky clean at all times, regardless of the situation. And sometimes, yes, these fans, these people who know you, sometimes they are jealous, and they deliberately try to get a rise out of you to extort money from you. And it's a very difficult situation to deal with. I cannot blame Alvin Kamara for how he lashed out. It is very difficult to exercise restraint once you realize someone is trying to take advantage of you, and then you respond in kind. And maybe they cannot handle what comes with that. So, like I said, hopefully the situation with Adrian Peterson works out well for his wife. If it was a misunderstanding, hopefully it gets painted as a misunderstanding. But if he did strike her in the face, he will be arrested for that. And like I said, it's just unfortunate. Okay, next topic. Let's go over it. It is Valentine's Day. You know what I realized? A lot of people nowadays, they hate Valentine's Day. And it's a lot of women too, because and this is incredibly unfortunate to hear, but a lot of them have never got your run of the mill romantic Valentine's Day. You know, they'll get a teddy bear, some chocolate, a card, maybe some money. Maybe they get taken out on a date or something like that, but they've never experienced it being really romantic. And that's sad to hear. That's sad to hear. And I don't want that type of past that people have had, the past experience that they've had with Valentine's Day, blind from the fact that you shouldn't pick one day out of the year to show your woman or show your man that they are special to you. You should not wait for one day to do that. But holidays are holidays, and we reserve them because we all got jobs. So you can't necessarily just go out and do something special all the time because there's constraints that we have to deal with every day as adults. So when this day comes around, you'll see it. You'll see the Valentine's Day hate all over Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and now TikTok. You'll see the hate all over the place. I'm indifferent when it comes to Valentine's Day for the fact that I've done special and romantic things for the women that I've dated over time for Valentine's Day. Unfortunately, that was never reciprocated for me, even to this day. And I'm almost 30. So I get where people are like, well, screw Valentine's Day. Who cares? No, people never did shit for me, so I understand it. But at the same time, can we just enjoy the day itself? You know, enjoy the day itself. It is a time where affection is being put to the forefront. We have enough to be upset about as people and as American citizens. We have enough to be upset about. You don't necessarily need another day where you can go, oh, this is going to be horrible. This is going to be a bad experience. My past is not nice when it comes to this. Screw the holiday. Just try to find the little things. Try to enjoy the little things. It is a holiday that is based on romance. Like, try to enjoy it. Especially if you're in a bit of a lengthy marriage. You don't necessarily have to wait on somebody else to do something for you, nor should you have to mention that. Sometimes taking the first step can lead to more positive and more romantic Valentine's days. You ever think of that? And I get how it is now. People are so afraid to extend that type of affection to somebody else because a lot of times it's not reciprocated. And when it's not, it makes you feel like what you're doing is foolhardy or it's unnecessary or it's a waste of time. Because you're like, if I'm doing all this for you, I'm not getting anything out of it other than a thank you, So it does make you go, like, why am I doing this? Anyway, but that is it for Valentine's Day. I'm not going to speak too much on that. We're going to shift over to this. Ubisoft Plus. I'm not sure when they launched this. But apparently this is live now. So it's a lot like from what I'm experiencing. I mean, what I'm looking at here. It's a lot like Xbox Game Pass. Even the price. It's $14.99 a month, which is a great deal. Get over 100 games on PC and on console. And if you can see in the graphic behind you, like they've had like some of their titles are just amazing. I'm seeing Watch Dogs 2, Rainbow Six Siege, Rayman, Riders Republic. I did not know Ubisoft made that, and I've always wanted to play it. You see you see the Far Cry series, Beyond Good and Evil. First of all, that game's not even out, which I wonder why they put that on there. But whatever. You see Watch Dogs, Legion, Splinter Cell, goated. The Assassin's Creed franchise, Immortal Phoenix Rising, which I also have not played. I heard it was great. The Ghost Recon franchise, and then what am I looking at up here? Because it's kind of dark. What is that? That is Prince of Persia. That's a game that I want to come back. I want that to come back bad. Like the Prince of Persia franchise was only limited by the technology of its time, which honestly was not that long ago. But if it gets remade with the achievements that we've made in the last 10 years or so, and they put that game back out, it's going to do great. It is going to do great, and I'm definitely looking forward to that. That needs to come back. What other titles they have? I see Scott Pilgrim, Monopoly, The Division. What else am I looking at here? Yeah, Trackmania. Yeah, so all the titles that we love. There's some huge ones in here, some not so huge, but I absolutely will explore adding this to my repertoire because I've never played Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I really want to play it. I've never played any other Far Cry games. I never played Watch Dogs 2. I want to get my hands on that. I want to jump back into Prince of Persia for like a nostalgia stream that I'll do. And then yeah, more Ghost Recon and stuff like that. Can't get enough. So I am definitely going to explore getting adding this to my streaming services. So that means, oh my god, I don't even watch cable anymore. I'll have Ubisoft Plus, I'll have Disney Plus, I'll have Xbox Game Pass, I'll have Hulu, I'll have what is it? I'll have Amazon Prime, I'll have HBO Max. Oh my god, I'll have HBO Max and one more. Well, two more, Verve and then Crunchyroll, but those I don't even pay for. So, but yeah, this is where like cable's becoming obsolete. Becoming obsolete, and buying hard copies of games is becoming obsolete. So, I honestly say the last hard copy that I bought, and I didn't even buy it; it was a gift. The last hard copy that I got was this. I see you in the comments, G, but yeah. This was the last hard copy that I received, and this was a Christmas gift. So this is where we're going, man. This is the future of streaming, the future of gaming, the future of streaming it's not even going through cable. It's going all through digital transactions, microtransactions on the internet, and it's beautiful. I have my 2 terabyte Xbox hard drive right here, and I have well over 20 games downloaded to it, and I still have 800 gigabytes available. So why go to the store and risk getting COVID again and buy a disc? They're going out of style. So we'll see what happens, man. I'm definitely going to get this service, and I expect it to be great, which if it's anything like Game Pass, it will be. Because you guys know what I think of Game Pass. Game Pass is definitely going to be, is going to go down as the best streaming service on the planet. It's better than everything. Next topic. Oh, I'm getting hungry. Next topic. Let's slide over. So to my real otaku out there, my obsessive anime fans, these two shows right here and right here have been nothing short of spectacular lately. And I'm going to try to enlarge that image because it is kind of small. So you can see, really see what I'm looking at. Let me see what I can do. Okay. Hopefully it's not blurry. Yeah, it looks fine. For those of y'all who watch, that is Demon Slayer, the Entertainment District arc. It just had a season finale yesterday. That shit is already GOAT level. Like, listen, I know the series itself is still in what they call its infancy, where it's still a young show. It's only in season 2, and they put out a movie, but they don't miss. They do not miss. The fillers are great. The action is spectacular. I mean, of course it is. It was animated by Ufotable, which, in my opinion, is the #2 animation studio on the planet. The writing is great. The characters are likable. They're lovable. It's dark, it is gory, it's gritty, it's fun, and these last string of episodes that they have been nothing short of explosive. The characters they're intertwined in like these deep relationships that they're building, and it's an unbreakable bond. I do want to say this though, like I voiced on Facebook, the Hashiras have been a bit disappointing in my opinion. That Now, mind you, I don't read manga. I do not read manga. And the only reason why I don't read manga is because I cannot get the same experience from watching something as an anime as I could reading a book. I cannot get the same experience. It is just not as enjoyable to me. So that's just me. But oh my god, have these last few episodes been incredible. Yo, I don't want to spoil it, so I'm not gonna go into detail. But if you have not seen the last 3 episodes of Demon Slayer Season 2, the Entertainment District arc, you are asleep. You are snoring. You're in a coma. You're in cryo sleep. Whatever you want to call it. You are asleep. Take half an hour. well, if it's a string of episodes, it might be 90 minutes. Take 90 minutes, go back and watch the last 3 episodes, starting with the episode that was released yesterday. Go back and watch, because oh my god, like I said, they don't miss. Somebody who's really growing on me in the series is Zenitsu. He was my least favorite character coming into this season. And for obvious reasons, he was, oh my god, was he obnoxious? He was a coward. Y'all know I hate cowards. He was obnoxious. He was a coward. Cries a lot, screams a lot, and he's just overly rambunctious and random. And he felt like a messy character build to me. When he's awake, when he was asleep, of course he was amazing. Which, for all of you who watch the show, you know he uses thunder breathing, and him using that thunderclap and flash. I really want him to learn more forms as the season goes on. Like, they have to write that in. That, and he needs to be able to use his abilities while he's awake. Because when he goes to sleep, well, now you're all brave and shit. He's literally sleepwalking through fighting upper 6 ranked demons. Like, but whatever. He's definitely growing on me. So the series is trending up. I mean, it's literally skyrocketing here. It's amazing. Please definitely go in and watch. I think you could catch it on. I'm not sure if Demon Slayer is on Crunchyroll. It might be. I know Demon Slayer is on Hulu, but I don't know if they're caught up. I don't know how caught up they are, because they'll always release it in Japanese and in English, and usually the English version is released after the fact. But that show has been great. But this show right here has been downright fucking terrifying the last couple episodes. That face, when I saw it, I was just like, hey, yo. I started to squeal. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I turned to a little bitch on the inside. Like, I got scared. I don't want to spoil it, because I know how it is. I hate people who spoil anime for me. But I'm just going to go ahead and tell y'all where we are right now in Attack on Titan, the final season, part 2. This most recent episode really shows you, like, it's been a slow burn, but it's been a beautiful slow burn getting to this point. And now we realize somebody who we thought was a good guy absolutely is not a fucking good guy. And as you guys know from watching the show, there's been betrayals, there's been reveals that was just mind-boggling. The story is complex to the people who haven't started watching it. G, I know you know I'm talking to you. If you haven't started watching it, it does get a bit complex, but you have got to watch every episode. Do not skip ahead. I cannot emphasize this enough to the new viewers out there. Do not skip ahead. Even the fillers are great. I'm going to go back to season 2. Season 2 had probably my favorite moment of the show. Like I said, if you haven't seen it, I'm not going to spoil it, but it was literally a filler episode showing Mikasa and Aaron's how they met, their origin story, and how they got to where they are now, and their character dynamic, their bond, and how that started. So, if you have not seen Attack on Titan, climb out of your cryogenic pond, your pod or whatever, stop sleeping, get off the pillow, get your ass up, and go watch that. You will be rewarded. Trust me on this. Don't sleep. This has been great. It has been great. Oh my god. And like I said, it's been terrifying too. Especially last episode, it really has you like, okay, got some chills on my skin and shit. Like, I don't know how to process this, but yeah, it's been scary. I mean, just look at that. Like, alrighty. So, as a side note, because we have definitely blown through this. This episode was supposed to be an hour long, and we haven't even made it to the half hour mark. So, as a side note, this is what we're going to talk about. Just recently, as recent as yesterday, I released. What was it? Day before yesterday? It was yesterday. I released a few more products on my website. I'm definitely gonna watch. Yeah, you keep saying that. I'm definitely gonna watch. You might want to get on that. You might want to get on that. Now I know some people when they do watch anime, they try to wait till the series is over or till a season has ended so they can go back and just binge watch. That's fine. All you need to know is that they release new episodes every Sunday, and the show itself is coming to an end. This is it. This is the final season. I think the next episode is it. I think the next episode is it. That's the end of it. Of the show. Period. I don't know what's gonna happen. Um, they might do like a lot of shows do, make the last episode like an hour long or like 45 minutes long or something like that. But the show is considered quote unquote short. It's only four, 4.5 seasons long. I think they're about 12 episodes each season, but it's one of those shows where just because it's not super super long does not mean it's not great. It's Attack on Titan is going to go down as a top 10 all time anime, and that's huge based on how many shows have come out in the last 10 years alone. There are literally thousands of shows that have been released in that time frame, so I can't necessarily put Attack on Titan on the Mount Rushmore of anime because it's not a founding show. And what I mean by that is it's not one of those older shows that laid down a path of greatness that led to other shows being created. It's a different type of genre. It's not what you would call your run-of-the-mill shonen. And for those people who don't know what a shonen is I'm getting tongue-tied. A shonen is usually an action-based anime that is more geared towards young men. Usually with a male protagonist, a young male protagonist. Usually lots of action. Usually a lot of explosions, fighting, and martial arts, using superpowers, etc. That's a shonen. This is not necessarily a shonen, even though the main character is a young man. Even though there's lots and lots of action, lots of explosive action in this show. It's more on the lines of a disaster type story. There's a lot of cataclysm in it. There's the twists to the story just really take you over air. It's like I said, I'm not gonna spoil it for you, especially you, G. I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but I want to say that was in season 2. There is 3 different betrayals in that one season. 3 different betrayals in that one season, and each one of them have you go, oh my god, and then the second and third ones, it's really gonna make you do a double take when you see who it is, and the way they presented the betrayal and the confession. You're just gonna be like, oh wait, what did he say? What? You're literally gonna have that reaction. You're gonna have to pause it, go back and like, wait, I know I didn't just hear that. Go back and then you're gonna play it and you're gonna be like, oh my god, you treacherous backstabbing son of a bitch. It's really gonna make you do that, especially because of what that character caused, like the consequences behind the betrayal. Once you see that, yeah, you're gonna be hooked. Trust me. Honestly, I think you're gonna get hooked from episode 1 because the show starts fast. Now, like I said, there's some down moments where there's a lot of information being discussed, but that information is key. Every sentence in this show is key. You cannot miss out on some information because the story is complex. The story of the Titans, how they're interwoven with this island, how the human race seems to be dwindled down to a few 100,000 people. Like, when you watch it and you realize what's going on, and the further you get into the story and you really think you have an understanding of what things are, and then at one moment, one episode passes and it changes your entire perception of what you thought was reality. So I cannot hype this show enough. It is incredible. Everything about the show is S rank. For those of y'all who are not affiliated, S rank is literally the highest compliment you can give to something that is anime based. I don't know if you've ever played any of the Dragon Ball or Tekken games, but when you do a combo or you do so well on a mission or something like that, the rank they give you that's even higher than an A is an S for super. You did super. Anyway, but yeah, these 2 shows, and I know you said you're going to commit to Attack on Titan, but definitely do not let this one go by the wayside. This is Demon Slayer. Simple title, simple storyline, incredible show. Sometimes you don't have to get super super complex for something to be good. Um, Especially if you're one of those people who like to see like just instant smoke on sight, no hesitation. Shows like this are definitely right up there with you. So, um, I don't know if you can tell what's going on because it's three characters in this image. Upper left hand corner, the largest image uh that is an elite. To the people who don't know, that's an elite demon slayer. The one in the lower right hand corner, that is the main character. Um, and then the one in the center back is an upper rank demon that they're trying to kill. The show's literally called Demon Slayer. Like I said, it's pretty self-explanatory for the title. The main character has to become a demon slayer to save his sister, who has been attacked by the master demon. She becomes a demon herself. So to save her, he has to kill the master demon, and he has to become a demon slayer, join the demon slayer corps, and acquire the skills necessary to avenge his butchered, murdered family. They literally slaughtered his whole family. And this show pulls no punches. When I say it gets gory, it gets gory. Dismemberment happens like every other episode. A fight happens like every other episode. There are some big name deaths that happen in this show. I can't hype it enough. It's incredible. So let's rotate back over to our company. Let's rotate back over to DEFF-SOUL and let's talk about what we're going to be planning within the next couple of months. Okay, first and foremost, we all know what time of the year it is. It's tax season. We're all waiting on that check. If you haven't gotten yours yet, trust me, you and I are in the same boat. I do want to emphasize this because this has happened the last couple of years, dealing with the stimulus checks that have come out, people getting PPP loans. Don't go out and blow the money on some dumb shit. There's literally a man who got sentenced like 30 years because this man took his PPP loans from the stimulus package to revitalize his business and went and bought a goddamn Ferrari. That is literally one of the dumbest moves you could have made. Spend government assistance funds to help you keep your business afloat while going through the pandemic on a goddamn Ferrari. Which is weird because if you're a good businessman or businesswoman, your company is probably worth more than a goddamn Ferrari. You're going to make more money over time than the Ferrari is worth. And you can't even drive your Ferrari everywhere. You can't travel in a goddamn Ferrari. And this is not me bashing anybody that has that sports car. Because I want one. My favorite car of all time literally is a Ferrari 458 Italia. It's my favorite car. But if you take government assistance funds and go buy a fucking hypercar, you pretty much deserve to go to jail for that shit. Like that, you cannot be that stupid. You cannot be that stupid. I'm buying a small monkey. See, that type of shit. But why? You want him to rip your ears off and shit? Like, what do you want him to do? You want to get up in the morning, go get your coffee, and then, he throw some shit at you? Why would you do such a thing? But no. This is what we're going to talk. Oh, of course, you're just kidding. I keep forgetting how good my acting skills are. I go along with people's jokes instantly, and then people are like, no, I was kidding. Anyway. But let's talk about what we would do. If I had a PPP loan, I'm going to talk about what I would do with this shit. First and foremost, you have to have the right mindset. Right now, let's be real. The economy is on a shaky point. It's okay, but at the same time, I really feel like in certain ways, the government is trying to sting us, get us back for all the money that we were given the last 2 years just to live, which is such an asshole thing to do. But I really feel like that's them getting the money back. Food is significantly more expensive than it's been in the last 2 years. Gas prices is significantly more expensive. Here in Florida, gas right now is $3.39. In California, it's $5. Now, luckily, I was blessed with a car, a nice 2014. I was about to say Ferrari. One day, I got a nice 2014 Ford Fiesta. My gas tank fills up on a $20 bill. So I lucked out. So I never spend more than $25 on gas. No matter how empty my tank is, I never spend more than $25 on gas. Um, so that was a blessing. But I understand some people have SUVs, some people have muscle cars. I said that for the comments. I know you know. Okay. Well, anyway, um, I know some people have vehicles who, or you got an electric car, or you have something that is on the lines of being more premium, so you got to pay for premium gas. I know that shit is through the roof. What is premium gas like? Almost $4, like $3.80. That's high, and then the housing market right now is in the toilet. I spoke to a realtor over the phone sometime last year, and she straight up told me, um, it doesn't matter how good your credit is. It does not matter how good your credit is. If you come with the money, if you got the cash to buy a house like outright, or like a half the price or something like that outright, they don't give a damn how good your credit is. You can have an 800 credit score. The people with the money will step over you. In the last 8 months, so many northerners have been moving further down south, and they've been coming with the money, and they've been stepping over people who have great credit down here, and they've just been buying property left and right. And unfortunately, that is why a goddamn 2-bedroom apartment right now is $1,500-$1,600 with no washer and dryer. I am so glad we bought our apartment when we did. We bought ours in the spring of 2021, and man, look, we were actually planning on moving this year. We might not even be able to, because again, one, the apartments are disappearing quickly, and two, them shits are expensive as hell. Even if they, like, I can't imagine having like a studio apartment that has a lift, like the whole floor is your apartment. You're gonna pay some shit. You might be between $1,800 and $2,000 a month spender if you're doing something like that, and that's not worth it. It's really not worth it. A lot of people are actually trying to buy houses now because of that, like start a mortgage. Um, but if it's me, like if I like when I get my money, obviously, because everybody's still waiting. When I get my money, I'm definitely gonna add to the stream. I definitely got to get a new. I'm gonna get a 4K camera because this one's good. It's solid, but I do want to sharpen things up. I do want to get more anime posters. I do want to get another tapestry. I'm probably gonna get a memory foam beanbag chair to put in here because I don't like people sitting on my bed. You know, I've always said unless you're gonna get ran through in my bed, I would prefer you not to sit on my bed. Um, Now, yes, the women that I spend my time with, they can sit on my bed because again, you know, they can sit on my bed. But like if I have like my best friend Louise come over, if I have my cousin, yeah, she come over, uh, I would prefer them not to sit on my bed. But there's only one chair in my room, and it's the one that I'm in. So, but I do want to get some seating in here. I'm gonna get a storage bench that people can sit on that will double, obviously, for storage because. Uh, I deliberately did not buy dressers for this apartment for two reasons. One, we're on the second floor, and two, um, we don't know how much longer we want to be here, so I'm not going to add any more furniture that we would have to carry downstairs. You know, I like to keep my stuff light. I like to be able to, like I did with my first apartment, I like to be able to pack up and leave in an hour or less. Like the stuff that's in my room right now, I can take all this, like 98% of all of this out in one swoop. The only thing I'll have to come back for will be the table, but that's because it's in like a weird boomerang shape. Like the table that I'm sitting at right now is literally, if I can show you with my hands, it's shaped like that, facing me. So the opening is facing where I'm sitting. You know, you'll have to angle that in a weird way outside the door. But other than that, I could be out of this apartment in half an hour. Unplug everything. Everything's already boxed up and packaged stuff. I did that on purpose, but you know that's just me. Um, Definitely gotta add some more anime posters in here, and I don't know what more flair I need to get to this room because I already got my stream lights going around my closet door. I got it going around my table. I'm probably not gonna get a new carpet, you know, because again you'll have to roll it up when you move. If I'm not gonna get a new carpet, but I do want to get some more stuff in here. I want to get like one of those little jade dragon things that gives off that vapor. Definitely get one of those just to set the mood. I want the vibes to always be on point in my room, so I'm gonna get that for the stream. I'm probably gonna get a lava lamp. I don't know how I'm gonna have it visible though. I'm probably gonna have to reposition my camera again to where it's visible. I've always really liked lava lamps, star projectors. I've always really loved Bluetooth speakers, and luckily my Bluetooth speaker is a star projector, so it doubles as both. I still got my ring light. My ring light works fine. I do want to start investing more into some more marketing and advertising for my clothing brand. Luckily, and I do want to give a special shout out to Bernita Moore. Yeah, we have the same last name. Give a special shout out to Bernita Moore. She bought 3 shirts from me yesterday, which was dope. I absolutely appreciate that. I can always use the support. For anybody who's going to watch this, the online store, its link is in the about section on Twitch if you watch this on Twitch. And when I upload this to YouTube, it'll also be in the description. I literally made a brand for everybody. I want to emphasize that. I have an LGB collection in my brand. LGB, what the fuck? What did I just say? I have an LGBTQIA plus section in my brand. I have something for minimalists, just basic graphic tees with font on it. I have something a little more flamboyant. I can be very colorful with my brand. It goes to muted. I have a part of my brand that celebrates nostalgia, that celebrates movies, TV shows, anime, video games, street style, culture, fashion, whatever you are looking for. As somebody who buys clothes, which is all of you, I hope, you literally will find something that you like in my brand. So, if you're looking to get something like that from me, my prices are not high. Just go over to the about section and you'll see it where it says shop. Click that and it'll send you right over there. But I definitely want to beef that up. And now that we've brought the podcast back, we're definitely going to do more episodes. I'm going to try to do an episode every Monday. I will be uploading this later on tonight so you guys can see it for the people who didn't catch the stream. What else? In reference to the channel, I don't know what new games are coming out this year that I really want to get my hands on. There was one game that was a bit of a disappointment, and G, you can attest to this, and it was Battlefield 2042, which is such a gut punch because that's the one I was really looking forward to playing at the end of 2021, and I have it. I bought it. It was solid. It was just not good enough. And luckily, not EA, damn EA, DICE has acknowledged that they released the game a little sooner than they should have. It had a lot of bugs. The gameplay itself felt kind of strange. It felt like a PC game, which, with a lot of people, horrible. With a lot of people, that made it better to them having the 120 field of vision or FOV. Like me, it didn't bother me that the FOV was better. What bothered me was that the intensity of the gunfights seemed to disappear. The audio issues caused it caused there to be a lack of explosiveness. Like the thing that I love the most about Battlefield 4 is when you're in combat, and if you're proficient enough, you mow people down. That was issue number 2. Where the hell are the weapons? What is there? 15 guns in the game right now? Like, where are the weapons? Yeah, that's a good description. The shots felt fake. They did not. I did not feel like I was lighting somebody up with an AK. I did not feel like I was burning somebody with a QBZ. Like, I felt like I was clicking a button and something was happening, if that makes any sense. I did not feel like I was shooting somebody. In Battlefield 4, which is still the best one in the series, I felt like I was melting people. Like, if you get a 12 gauge shotgun in Battlefield 4 and you dump them in the chest with a 12 gauge, you can feel it. The sound. First of all, Battlefield has always been renowned for their sound mixing, how great and how authentic the sound is. This was the first time they missed the mark. In my opinion, this is the first Battlefield game where they missed it. The sound did not match the intensity of the gameplay. And if I had to summarize the gameplay, it feels soft. Now, there's a lot of chaotic shit that goes on because of conquest mode. Yeah, and that's another thing. What's up with the menu? The menu did feel weird. It felt incomplete. It felt limited, extremely limited. Searching for lobbies is, I wouldn't go so far as to say difficult. It's different. You can search lobbies easy in Battlefield 4. You click 2 buttons, you're in a lobby search screen. Like, you click right bumper twice and then scroll down, and then you sort by either players or game modes or region, etc. You literally a click. That, and for some reason they put the conquest mode as the #1 game mode. Like, it's literally the default. My default in Battlefield 4 was Team Deathmatch, and I never had trouble finding lobbies. Now, unlike my cousin, I played multiple Battlefields. I played Battlefield 4, Battlefield 1, Battlefield 5, Battlefield Hardline, and now Battlefield 2042. And I played Battlefield 3. So I have an understanding of what to expect from a Battlefield game, as opposed to what I thought it was just me. I know I wasn't tripping. No, you're definitely not tripping on that. They definitely made the conquest mode the default mode for the game. They're like, when you get in, you're going to play this. It did not feel like you had much of a choice. They literally stick it in big bold letters right there in your face. And right there on screen, there are 3 brackets that you can cycle through that are right there at the forefront, which is weird. That, and where the hell is the campaign? Where's the campaign? That doesn't make any sense. And the reason why that's not a good idea is because Black Ops 4 made that same mistake. You have to put a campaign. I know some people are like, oh, I'll skip past the campaign. That's fine. Give them a choice to skip past it. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, 2019's version, the campaign was fucking lit. That was one of the best campaigns I played out of a Call of Duty game. Some people skipped it. Totally fine, but give them that option. Battlefield has always had a great campaign. A great, explosive, immersive, well-designed campaign. Yeah, it definitely was a rushed product. And I get it. Supply and demand is a problem in the United States right now. It definitely is. Import, export is a huge problem. And then the thing is, one thing that should not be a problem is the money that's going behind games. Because in the last 2 years, do you know how many fucking streams have been started? In the last 2 years, how many people quit their day job and became full-time streamers in the last 2 years? The number would be shocking to you. If I had to throw out a random number, it was probably 17 million new channels that were started within the last 2 years because of the pandemic. Even famous people who are incredibly rich started channels. Why? We couldn't go anywhere in 2020. Everybody was in the house. So they said, you know what? Why don't I explore this and see what happens? And for some people, it was highly lucrative for them. And then others, they're like, okay, now the market's flooded. So because the market was flooded, there was a lot of money that changed hands. Especially because Game Pass really took off in the last couple of years. It really took off. So these publishers, these game developers, y'all don't need money like that. Y'all really don't. Y'all are not hurting for cash right now. I checked the stock market. Gaming is up right now. And I had to put an emphasis on the P when I said that. Y'all are definitely up right now. Don't release a product every year. Don't take too long to release a product. Because we saw what happened with Cyberpunk 2077. Now, they had a bevy of issues. People kept leaving the project. Oh my God, they ran into so many issues. They literally had the same track record that the movie The New Mutants had. It was supposed to come out years ago, but because they ran into snafu after snafu, problem after problem, issue after issue, it never fully got finished. So they released an unreleased product, and it hurt their sales. It hurt the downloads, it hurt the community response, and they had to start over. And now the game is fine, but because people have that first impression of it being a bad or unfinished game, it'll never be what it was supposed to be. And I feel like Battlefield 2042 made that same mistake. Don't rush it. Screw what the fans are talking about. And I'm not saying don't listen to your fans, but if you know it's not done, it's not ready, don't release it. I cannot emphasize that enough. Do not release it if it's not finished, because they are definitely going to be mad if they get an unfinished product. Why? These games are $65 now. And with things becoming more expensive, the cost of living going up, but not everybody's job is paying more, you got a problem. Nobody's going to drop $65 off rip, and especially digitally, because there's no refunds. Luckily, if you buy a hard copy, you can take it back to the store. You cannot take a downloaded game back. Once that code is punched in, it's yours. Deal with it. You either delete it or you don't. So, y'all have, especially with Black Ops lately, such a rich company. Treyarch and what's the other one? Treyarch. There's two companies, two developers. There's Treyarch and there's Infinity Ward, and they're under Activision, right? You guys definitely don't need the money. So, Warzone itself was a gold mine. It is the best battle royale out right now. Yes, it's better than Fortnite. I don't care what anybody says. It is significantly better than Fortnite, and it's slightly better than Apex. Now, you don't run into as many Apex hackers. You almost run into no Apex hackers, because for some reason, when they put in the anti-cheat, because when Apex first came out, they had to ban 500,000 cheaters, and the game was only out for a couple weeks. But once they did it, you didn't hear anything else. For some reason, Call of Duty can't do that. They can't put out an effective anti-cheat. And it's like EA has become this big evil thing that just craves money over quality. They don't give a damn if you like their game or not. They know you're going to buy it because it's EA. What they do, they put out these big name popular franchise games. They put out Madden, they put out Battlefield, they put out Star Wars Battlefront. They put these games out knowing that you're a huge fan of the franchise itself, because on previous consoles the games are incredible. So they know you're going to buy it regardless. You're going to buy it, and when you play it, it feels like it's either unfinished or it's a carbon copy of a previous title. They know this, so they're squeezing cash out of people, let alone the microtransactions that are in the game. There's so many different elements to the games that I mentioned that have a pay-as-you-go feature to it, or a pay-to-play feature to it. Somebody can literally be the trashiest first-person shooter ever, buy all the best loadouts and blueprints that you can get from the store, and then have a fighting chance. Stuff like that will kill it. Yeah, when Warzone dropped, they stole some of Fortnite's older players. Excuse me, I have to sneeze. It changed everything. There are so many people who bought PCs just to play Warzone. There are so many people who started channels just to play Warzone. I feel bad for the team that works on the multiplayer, because I know they're not getting a lot of work right now. People only play multiplayer now to rank their weapons up. But to play Call of Duty, they're going straight to Warzone. They're going straight to Warzone because it's so rewarding when you win. They made such a great initial product. At the first couple seasons of the original Warzone was great. It was such a great, and then it's free. The fact that it's free was just huge. It made such a great product, such a rewarding finish when you win. I still remember when we first won, G. The first time we won quads, because we were still new. Like we had played it, I don't know, maybe 15, 16 times, and we still hadn't gotten a win. But when me, you, Eric, and Jason finally won, I literally shouted in the mic. It's such a rewarding experience. Yeah, and to warm up for Warzone, exactly. It's such a rewarding experience. And then they started having issues. Every game, especially one that is that big, that's that popular, you're going to have issues. But I gotta give Fortnite some credit because they're such an enormous game. When they have issues, they fix them. They get fixed. Now, they nerf and buff weapons all the time. They add and remove weapons all the time. They add and remove POIs all the time. They are seamless with it. Some of them are not so popular with the fans, but they give you so much, it doesn't bother you as much. That's where I feel like Warzone with Activision, that's where they're falling short. To this day, and this game's been out going on a full 2 years now. Warzone itself has been out for a full 2 years now. They still have connectivity issues. They still have sound issues. They still have the same glitches they had from day one. They're releasing a lot of blueprints. A lot of new shit is being introduced in the game, but they're taking out some of the best features of Warzone. And that's where the problem lies. To the game companies, it is not all about the money. You guys do not need the money. You don't. You know how I know you don't? Because you made Warzone free. You don't need the money. So stop putting out Call of Duties every year because nobody asks for Vanguard. Nobody asks for Vanguard. You just released Call of Duty World War II a couple years ago and people didn't like it. Well, some people did, but most people didn't like it. So why would you put out another World War II game? Nobody asked for that. What they asked for was a better Warzone, was a new Warzone map. They didn't say put Warzone in 1942 or 1945. Nobody asked for that. We wanted a new map. Modern day Warzone, new map. I do not like Caldera. A lot of people do not like Caldera. Do you know how many people have transitioned over to Rebirth Island only? Lots and lots of people. Me being one of them. Because Caldera feels primitive. It feels weird. The lighting is a problem. There's just way too much sunlight, number one. Climbing the mountains is an issue. The gas is a lot faster. The weapons are scarce. The weapons, to me, I hate the Vanguard weapons, first of all. But that's just my personal opinion. It feels primitive. It feels limited. The POIs feel like, What we wanted was a modern day, if you're going to leave Verdansk, go to a new city. That we're fine with it having mountains, but it should have had, we were looking for like snowy mountain area. We were looking for somewhere where you would be on the beach. Caldera did give us that, where you would be on the beach. We looked for like a skyway system that we could traverse. Kind of like the train station at Verdansk, but like a skyway. Instead of having Superstore, integrate a mall into the new map. That's what we were looking for. More zip lines, less gorges, less open gorges. The stadium was a great idea. Opening up the stadium was a great idea. Everybody liked that. Okay, so if you want to do like a stadium, you can keep with the stadium feature, but do things that are different. You know, put more parking garages, like the parking garage that was across from the stadium. That was a good idea. Put stuff like that. More bunkers, more military-based landmarks, like a launch site. You literally could have put like the Kennedy Space Center in your Warzone map, and it would have been a great idea. That's what we were asking for. We were not asking to take it back to the fucking 40s. Nobody asked for that. Stop focusing on the money and focus on the content. This is why Rockstar is better than you guys. GTA 5 came out in 2013. 2013. That's 9 years. They've had support, successful, creative, intelligent, gamer-friendly support for 9 years. And they just confirmed not too long ago, I want to say like a week and a half ago, almost 2 weeks ago, that GTA 6 is actually being made. They milked it. That's how you milk it. You don't need to release a new product just to keep things relevant. If you have a great product, which Activision does, build it up. Build it up. Or are you guys telling me you're not as creative as we thought you were? There should have been more kill streaks put in Warzone. But yes, some of that are widespread. I remember they had the joke, but they put Krampus in the game. What? What? No. No. No, 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 no. Not Krampus. Not Krampus. I thought it was kind of cute for the Christmas holiday or whatever, but you literally could use him to go kill bounties. Because he'll go after somebody as a bounty. So what you do, you use him as a human shield. Or a demon shield. And it made it super easy to go kill bounties. That kind of stuff is not what we're talking about. I could go all day on this, but basically, gaming is such a either or thing right now. Like, it's either going really, really good or it's going really, really bad, depending on your perception of a situation. Now, mind you, money-wise, the gaming industry is doing great. Doing great. Content-wise, success-wise, not so much. There's been more failures put out than successes these last couple of years. I'm pretty sure everybody can attest to that. Whether it's a first-person shooter or not. Single-player games, they've been underwhelming. Now, don't get me wrong. There's been some home run hits lately. The Spider-Man franchise, God of War coming back, that home run, right? What else? Some people, Halo, huge success. Halo coming back, did great. But then you have, what was it? Back for Blood came out. It was okay. I stopped playing it after like 2 weeks. Because it felt just like, what was it? It felt just like Left. It was, well, of course it felt like Left 4 Dead, but it was thin. It felt thin and rudimentary and repetitive. You know, so a lot of people just stopped playing it. Me, I stopped playing it. I think I uninstalled it. But as a gamer, I would like to see deeper games like Ghost of Tsushima. Perfect fucking game, right? We need to see more of those. Halo Infinite, great multiplayer game. We need to see more of those. We all sit around and wonder, like, who's going to be the next Fortnite? Fortnite has been a milestone in gaming for about 10 years now. So you have to understand something. People are going to spend money on games. That's like death and taxes. That's going to happen. People are going to spend money on games. Make the games great before you put them out. Biggest failure before I end the stream. Biggest failure that I recently witnessed out of all the games I've played over the last 10 years was Anthem. Was hyped to be the game to end all games. They said, listen, we basically took Destiny 2 and put it together with Halo in a third person space, and it's gonna be a game changer. The game changer. They thought it was gonna just change everything, kind of like GTA 5 did, and it so didn't. And guess who was the publisher for that game? EA. And then instead of fixing it, instead of going back to the drawing board and fixing it, adding better content, adding better weapons, adding more story, instead of doing that, they say, you know what? This was a failure. Let's cut our losses. The game is dead. What? So I wasted $60 in like a year of my time, is what you're saying. They're like, yeah, but you know, we got other stuff you can play. Wow, really, G? Pong? Because of what you just said, I'm gonna say my goodbyes now. Thank you guys for watching the podcast. Thank you for listening in. This will go up on YouTube later. I will put the descriptions. I'm getting tongue tied. I will put some of the information from this in the description. Like I said, if people who are looking to jump in and get a piece of the brand, I will put that in the description as well. We will be back next Monday with another episode of Clash Island. Remember, this is the show where we talk about everything that we can talk about. Everything from gaming to 90s nostalgia to movies, to video games. Well, I said gaming. To relationships, to adulthood, everything. We talk about everything that we can. We talk about public events. We talk about sports. And it is unfiltered. As you can see, it is unfiltered. We would never be censored. I don't believe in censorship. That's not real life. And again, this was fun. Remember, I am your host, Darian Moore. You can call me. You call me by the stream itself, DEFF-SOUL. And I hope you guys have a spectacular Valentine's season. And we will see you guys next week. Stream wise, I'm probably going to immediately slide into another stream after I eat. Because there's a Valentine's Day in G. I hope you're still watching. There's a Valentine's Day update to season 2 of Warzone for Vanguard. They've added new weapons, new POIs, etc. I might actually play Caldera this time. I might actually play it. So we're immediately gonna jump into that. Hopefully, I can find a decent team that I can play with, because games are always better with friends. Am I right? But yeah, that does it for this episode of Clash Island. Stay tuned for the gaming stream, and that should be coming within a matter of moments. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening.